Hi, I'm PhanTom.
I'm KingDom.
And fandoms make me violent.
Alright, Speaker of the House.
Poe's law. Of the author's intent, it is difficult or impossible to tell the difference between an expression of sincere extremism and a parody of extremism.
Alright, now that we have the tone set, let's get this show on the road.
Alright, what do we got for us today, PhanTom?
We have Hanako Yagami. Now,
Alright. That sounds Eastern enough.
That is Eastern enough. Those are actually two Japanese names. Congratulations. First off, I want to preface, this guy actually looks like he put a bit of an effort into this thing. And judging from the trivia section, he's actually married. So congratulations. I hope it's fruitful for you.
Seems to be a sort of romantic gesture, so sorry for shitting on your marriage.
Oh, yeah. It's sweet nonetheless, though.
We're going with decent stuff before we go for the gutter trash.
I mean, sure.
Okay, so let's open with the info box here. We have Hanako Yagami, sorry. Japanese words know how to mouth speak. Presumably standing in her natural habitat, whatever that is.
Infinite magical aura of cherry blossoms?
Yeah, I guess so. She has a snake wrapped around her leg. Okay, Dom, you know who this fucking reminds me of?
Who?
This reminds me of... Oh no, why do you have to delete the name from my brain right when I'm about to fucking,
Delete it.
It made me think of Zenbone Sakura from Bleach.
Well, yeah. No. Dominic, what's the name of that bitch? Lives at the Mountain of Gods in Toho?
Oh, it had to be Toho. I'm really bad with Toho names, but I know who you're talking about. Yuyuko.
Was it Yuriko? No.
We're talking about the fucking ghost in the tree, right?
No, not Ghost Tree. Not Ghost Tree. God of War bitch.
Okay, well, now I'm gonna have to fucking look. I don't know. Alright,
It's like,
Moria?
Yeah.
Suwako?
No, not Suwako. The other one.
Are we wait, her boss?
Yeah, well, technically. It's like Yamako or something like that?
Yeah.
God, why is my brain... Like, I have not imbibed any Toho lore in, like, some time now, so I'm kind of out of practice here.
It's been since high school, dude, come on.
Well, since high school for you, but, like...
Yeah,
I should...
It's
Kaneko! God damn it.
Yeah, Kaneko Yasaka.
Yeah, okay, yeah, so anyway, this image is very much reminding me of her, especially with the fucking snake imagery.
I could see that.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, honestly, it just reminds me of what is it, J-pop idol music videos. Okay, you know that song about butterflies and shit? I.
My Little Samurai? The one
Something
that was
like
on
that.
fucking Newgrounds?
Yeah,
yeah, I think I know that one. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what this reminds me of. It would be like the music video for that.
Oh god.
I'm glad it only took a single image for us to get derailed.
Anyway.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, let's keep going. So we have our A-lists here. Goddess of the Doubled Blossom Cherry Tree. Alright.
Okay.
Guru of Elegant Puppetry. Once again, alright. Voice of the Transcending Bliss and Purity. Okay. And Savior of the World Tree. We'll get to that one.
Oh.
Apparently that's the fun one.
Kanji and Romaji. Honestly.
Whatever.
Like, yeah.
Okay, so then we have personal status. Okay, June 5th. She's a fucking Gemini. Thank you, little hover text for me. I don't think that's necessarily important. But let's get into the meat of what we're about to get into here. The 3 ages.
That sounds like a devilish time period.
First off,
155 years old.
First
100
off,
135 years old.
uh,
You are goddamn old.
part 1, part 2, and part 3.
So Naruto, Shippuden, and then Boruto.
Oh,
Meaning,
yeah, that makes sense.
like, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but personally, it kind of irks me whenever I see this on like especially on the Fanon wiki. Like, I know you're kind of going for an aesthetic here, where you have you're trying to make your character as official as possible, failing the entire way most of the time. But
The
to go so far as to list their ages at certain parts of Naruto and their individual manga appearances. So far, I haven't seen this on her, but you know.
I'm a fan of video game appearances, but that's for another day.
Okay, so my thing is like I don't really mind when they try to make it as official as possible. In fact, I actually think that's pretty funny and cool in a way. My problem though is when they put part 1, 2, and 3, unless there's an actual like fan fiction or fan comic that I can go to for this, that's unnecessary. You're not actually a part of the fucking thing.
Well,
Nor do we care.
that's kind of what I was saying. Is like it's so unnecessary.
Yeah,
What do
like,
I
you could've
care
just
that
put
they
her
were
age.
age 135 at the time of beginning of
I'm
Naruto?
fine with age. It's like fucking throwaway.
No, like that's not what I'm saying. Is like they're stating their age is fine, but like stating their age at the beginning of the series that they're technically not even in.
Yeah, that's again like if this is meant to be Naruto, Shippuden, Boruto, why? Like again, this is all cute if you have your own personal story for them, but if you're not going to link it, like
Yeah, if
we're
this
just
if this was
we're just interpreting that this is for Naruto because we don't have any other information to say otherwise.
the fuck's my tooth?
What
Oh,
part
it's
one
all
of
across
what?
the room.
We're on
mean-
the Naruto fan in part 1 of what? It's got to be Naruto, which is the
mean, if-
start of the series.
Think about it. Fan and pages like this are basically fan fiction without the nuance of actually writing something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, they go up by like fucking 5. Really? Come on.
Yeah, that's one of my problems with this is sell something like this.
Oh
They're-
wait,
they're
no,
kind-
I'm retarded. It went up by 15 from part 2 to 3, and that matches up. My bad. Okay, it's like midnight right now.
If you're trying to sell, I can already tell the kind of theme of this character. She's supposed to be an older like mystic who is still maintaining a sense of youth, kind of Tsunade on crack.
Yeah.
Or what about
When
that
you're-
one chick, fucking bamboo bitch? The main bad guy of the fucking series. God, what's her name? Very popular Japanese thing involved bamboo cutting and rabbits and shit.
Kaguya?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaguya. She's like Kaguya is what I get from this character.
But I
not
don't.
evil.
But I don't like Kaguya.
None of us like.
Why would you
Kaguya.
want to draw parallels? Anyway,
Anyway,
continue.
my point being that if you're trying to sell that like, oh, they're a mystic and kind of arcane entity, setting a standard year of how old this person is kind of defeats that.
Right.
Also, like if you're setting like absolute times, it also kind of makes it seem more artificial. Like in the data book somewhere, I never paid that much close attention to Naruto lore, but I don't ever think they went to great detail. It's like Akashi is 37 years old, and like,
Well, he does, but it's a throwaway thing, like I said earlier. When Kishi puts their age, it doesn't actually signify anything.
Like
It's just
the
because
most of the time when most of the time when anybody within the fanon, and especially I think Kishi, every time anytime he ever brings up age, it's usually to signify, oh, this character is really young but also really skilled. Like
their numbers
fucking
big for their size being so small.
yeah, it's to show off the character. It's to rub their dick a little bit.
Yeah, like how Itachi graduated the academy at like 7.
Precisely.
Age 7 and shit.
Precisely.
He became a Chunin Ambu at age 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or for doing the Tsunade thing of, oh, look at this sexy old lady. Well, congratulations, she's old enough to be your grandma.
Congratulations, you just got a boner off an old person.
Dude, I will get as many bonuses as I want from Tsunade. You leave me the fuck alone.
Dude, I will fight you for the privilege.
Dude, fucking. Alright, my shirt's off. Let's go after class.
All right. Didn't
I mean,
really...
a half chub from Jiraiya, and I'm not even gay.
Hey, to be fair,
Okay,
he's a fit dude.
Okay, no. To be fair, he doesn't have bad facial features. Like, for anime fucking husbando status.
I hate to continue to derail this, but like Jiraiya is one of those characters. Like, man, I'm really sorry that he was wasted on Naruto.
I'm very upset that he fucking died. That pisses me off to this day. Like, fuck Itachi. I don't give a shit that he died. I don't give a shit about most of the characters who died, but Jiraiya, he hits home.
I will defend him dying because like his death actually served a purpose, whereas I didn't care that Neji died. Sorry, spoilers for this manga that no one actually cares
We
about.
already spoiled who the bad guys at the end. It doesn't fucking matter anymore. By the way, let's probably get back to like the weights, the important information.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. First off, she gains 8 pounds over the course of like fucking however many years that is, like 20 years. Jesus Christ, lady, fucking slow down on the pork buns.
The fucking red bean.
The fucking red bean. Don't turn into Anko 2.0.
I love how. Okay, let's not get.
Yeah.
Naruto podcast. Fuck the Fanon bullshit.
Well, we're using this as a backdrop anyway. Anyway, so hometown, Luoyang Village, as we see right here on the fucking sidebar. Apparently, Luoyang is important. Home country, Isle of the Blooming Flowers. That's a hyperlink. I'm not gonna click that.
I will.
I'm sure this already connects to a page called Sargon. It's like the Illuminati of this person's fanon.
No, like, Thomas, I think you need to click it.
I'm not clicking it.
Thomas, the artwork is actually beautiful. You have to.
Okay, fine. Okay, I clicked it.
Look at how beautiful.
Okay, that's actually nice.
It's wasted. It's wasted here.
Yeah, look at that probably stolen image.
I guarantee you.
Man, that's a really nice stolen image. Thank you, Dominic.
Okay, you guys can fuck off with the stolen image.
Dominic, we love you. I'm just saying. We're pointing out. Anyway, onward and forward. She has affiliations with everything, despite us never hearing about her. I wonder why.
It's not even that. It's like, you're affiliated with all these to signify, I'll spoil it, she's a god.
Yeah, she's a god. That's something that we should preface. Is she is a literal living god.
Yeah, okay. Remember how I draw the connection with Kaguya?
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing. She's like Kaguya, but not evil. She's a god among...
Yeah.
She's a little living god, but she has academy promotion ages.
Okay. We have yet to actually hit anything that's offensive, right?
Look, I'm trying, man. Okay, occupation, philosopher and daimyo of the island of blooming flowers. Okay, nothing really offensive there. The next one's offensive. Secretary of Sargon. What?
The ancient Babylonian king?
That Sargon?
Or the YouTuber?
Either or.
I like to think that this is the secretary of a YouTuber.
Hold on. Sargon is group consistent. Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, you told me about that. It's fucking Illuminati. All right.
Wait. Previous team, the 12 Guardian Ninja. What's this? What's this with the stupid triangle?
Do I want to click it?
I want to click it.
Is it the both Illuminatis?
Are they both Illuminatis?
12 Gentlemen Guardian Ninja. Okay.
On my brief look at the Sargon page, it said that the Akatsuki were like an underling group of them.
Wait, are you serious?
What? What, though?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't click it, Thomas.
Why?
It's a rabbit hole. Don't.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay, let's keep going here. Rank, part 1, she was a head ninja. Part 2 onwards, she was a Kage. Alright, I guess, I'll take it, whatever. Classifications,
It took you 135 some years to become a Kage.
Yeah, it's...
What were you doing?
Yeah, you kind of squandered your time. Fucking Tsunade became a Kage faster than you, and she didn't want to be.
She actively avoided it.
For the most part, yeah.
We don't know. Maybe she doesn't even want to be a Kage. It just took them longer to ask her.
She toyed with the idea of giving Snake Hitler back his arms rather than becoming ninja president.
Fucking ouch. Snake.
Fucking ninja anti-pope.
Oh, fuck up. That would be Donzo. That's Donzo. That's not fucking Orochimaru.
Let's not get into Pope lore tonight. That's for another video.
That's for another Fanon wiki. Blue Exorcist.
Can't wait till we find the literal like ninja Pope Fanon wiki page.
Fuck off. This is the closest we're getting.
Yeah, probably.
I'm already working on my Ninja Pope Fanon wiki entry.
Pope Innocente? That's the best I can do. Let's see.
Classifications.
Daimyo, Puppeteer, S-Rank, Sensor Type. I'm sure these all mean something. Actually, I think I've heard of a Sensor Type before, but I don't care enough to read it.
Right.
Sensor types are like Karin, Sasuke's side bitch.
Right, yeah. The side hoe.
Yeah, she's a sensor type.
Okay, yeah, that's why I've heard of it before. Also, Trevor, I'm going to be appending that image of you later on.
Please.
You did it again.
I know I did.
Post.
Ninja registration number. You want to talk about useless fucking details?
I don't even know if that actually works for a ninja registration number because I don't recall seeing anyone's outside of the data book.
Oh god, when you start including data book facts on your fucking Fanon character, I think that's your starting. That's your indicator that maybe you should stop for the night.
They all do. All of them do this crap.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Let's all talk about her. She was taken to Academy prom at age 7.
Yeah. Dom, stop. Dom.
I know it's promotion, but it's just funny reading that thing and they went to an actual prom at this and it's important information.
Dom.
Tuning prom, guys.
I don't care how much you're into Danny Phantom. This has gotta stop.
Fucking why you gotta bring my side bitch into this.
Because stop! Stop! Alright, okay. So, Kekkei Genkais, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this bitch. Let's ignore the first one. Let's immediately go for the second one. Wood release, again.
Everyone and their goddamn mother has wood release.
Oh,
They don't do anything special with it. They do it for its significance of the story. And guys, we've already had its significance run dry, please.
The other one, and I'm reading it. The Rinha clan's Kekkei Genkai. The Kekkei Genkai of the Rinha clan allows them to absorb a person's chakra and duplicate their appearance and memories.
What?
The Genkai debut appears in game.
It doesn't specify what game, just game.
Game. It's all it says is game.
Oh no.
We gotta...
That's pretty much all the value it says there, so...
No, okay, come on, hold on. Let time out.
I don't want a timeout.
No, you want to know what makes me mad about this?
What?
This is the Kekkei Genkai of Kingdom Hearts days that made Shion.
Stop.
Literally, you just duplicated fucking Kairi's memories and her appearance, but gave her stupid Hot Topic hair.
Stop.
That's literally this person's Kekkei Genkai.
I don't want this anymore.
I looked down a box and I got really mad.
What?
Unique traits, communication with nature.
No. Down.
What, the tailed be? Oh. Genesis flower. That sounds like a Metal Gear Solid boss.
We'll get to that in a bit. Let's go with all these releases. I'm glad that they had the restraint to stop at 6 nature types. I'm so happy for this person.
Okay, to be fair, wood release. Okay, though, water and earth just go with wood release. That's whatever. Yin and yang also go with like if you can do the yin and yang release. So those 4 are acceptable. This is technically like a 2-person or a 2 nature type kind of person.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like compared to some other fan
It's still
entries
dumb.
I've seen, they just go like that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. I want them all, baby. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm actually almost not being sarcastic. I'm glad they had the restraint to stop at 6.
Okay, like there's one thing that I even like what we've all watched and read Naruto for like 13 years, all the way until Shippuden's end, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Did they ever like specify of the secondary nature type? Is that something you actually train yourself to use?
Dude, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, did they ever cover it? Because I don't remember.
I think they did. I think Kakashi said
Like-
that you have a natural affinity that you should probably be focusing on.
But you can learn other nature.
You
release
can
type.
learn up to a couple, but you would be really hard pressed to learn any after 3, I think.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Is like, I think it's possible to learn all 6, but it just takes so long that no human life could actually live that long.
Yeah, that's more or less what it came down to. Is like, yes, theoretically, all of them are possible to where you can get pretty good at all of them, but it's next to impossible, and you're much better off to just specialize, especially in
Was
your
able
affinity.
to get down 3 pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay, Thomas, I don't want you to open the jutsu list. Just
No.
that's a big fucking
Nope,
list.
too late. Too late. I'm already here. Oh god, Dominic, why? What's Grudge Rain?
It sounds metal.
What is any of this? A human body! Oh, okay.
What?
Okay, it cut off. It cut off a bit, so it was puppet performance skillful achievement with a human body, but it cut off after with, so it just reads a human body on the next line. So I thought a human body was just a jutsu she knew. I didn't want to know.
I want to know what love is.
What is very hidden or hidden? What is that?
Very a hidden. It's like hidden jutsu, but it's double hidden.
It's like hidden jutsu, but it's spelled wrong? Because it's missing a D?
Why?
I just work here, man.
Yeah, no, like they just made up their own fucking terminology of very hidden.
Shin
Like,
Kodama.
what? What?
What? Ooh, what? Oh, what's this? What's
Just
any of this?
got it.
Oh no. Alright, let's go back. World of Trees. I want to play that MMO. Oh. It was another cutoff. It was another cutoff scenario.
Hey Thomas.
Yes.
If you like Ragnarok Online, there's a literal double fucking copy of the game called Tree of Savior that you might be interested in.
I mean, I'm down.
It's literally just the same thing as Ragnarok Online.
Can I earn money? Like, unlike Ragnarok Online?
I think so, actually. I haven't played it since it came out, so I don't really know too much.
Alright. Well, that was a lot to unpack, and that was the info box. Let's actually start, shall we?
Jesus Christ, like majority of that's not even it's just us running.
Oh no.
Here we go.
I guess the speaker will start with the quotes here.
Yeah, hold on, let me get those centered. Alright, you're good.
Nature's law is stronger than any little law you have made for yourself.
Okay.
Mountains and get their good tidings. Nature's peace will flow into you as sunshine flows into trees. The winds will blow their own freshness into you, and the storms their energy will drop off like autumn leaves. As age comes on, one source of enjoyment after another is closed, but nature's sources never fail. I have a good feeling that that's probably from like Buddhism or something.
Probably. Okay. I'm not even gonna fucking. Yep. Okay.
Because the first quote reeks of edginess. The second one reeks of like something that's actually from another thing, and this character is just stealing it.
We could Google that later. All right. By the way, this character has a theme.
Can't click on anything.
Can't click on it, so I guess it's just pure silence. Seems appropriate. Speaker?
Hanako Yagami, also known as the Goddess of the Four Seasons, the current Kage for the Isle of Blooming Flowers, and former Secretary of Sargon. This is the highest political in the Isle of Blooming Flowers. I had to make sure I wasn't fucking up there.
Yep.
I can read, I promise. Imperial influence and reputation of influencing nature has reached to the far edges of the shinobi world. She is an immensely authoritative kunoichi whose skill in wood release with a variant of manipulating nature itself and communicating with the flow of nature life are a valuable asset to the ranks of Sargon. Nonsense, please. Majority of her life understanding the interpretations behind the Earth's flora and animal life, in which it has led her on a philosophical voyage that still endures to this day. Outside the Isle of Blooming Flowers, Hanako feels as if they lost their way, and she wishes to dissolve the barrier between nature and civilization. The spiritual Yagami clan, Hanako is a kunoichi that the world is blessed to have, and that one day humankind will be able to. Yeah, you're blessed, all right.
Oh yeah, you're blessed.
Knowing that he wrote this for his wife, just
Honey, I love you.
It's projecting over the internet to strangers. The world is blessed to have my wife.
The world is blessed.
Oh no.
So would this page be? Would he delete this page? Like, no, she's stupid. Part 4, she dies and no one loves her.
I don't know if you cut out for anyone else, but I just got a random bit of like, part 4 is no, I hate her, no one loves her. She dies.
If they got a divorce.
Part 4.
She dies.
Boruto Gaiden.
Boruto 2, here we go again.
Alright.
Okay, where the fuck was I?
You're at the
One day,
esoteric.
humankind will be able to experience that magical enlightened state to be at one with the foundation of life.
Okay, I just realized this bitch has the fucking motive of the antagonist of Legend of Korra Season 2. I'm gonna link the human world with the spiritual world, or replace spiritual world with nature.
Yeah.
Accomplish that, buddy, oh friend, oh pal, oh chum. I'm going to unleash the embodiment of destruction and evil.
Okay.
Did you think this one out?
Okay. Did you think that through? That maybe, just maybe, he wouldn't be on your side.
Take a flowchart on paper and see where this goes. You release an embodiment of destruction and evil. You don't release an embodiment of destruction of evil. On which one do you think the world ends out pretty well?
No, but
we don't.
But fusing with the spirit world, though.
That sounds metal.
That just reminded me of something really stupid. And at the end of that season, when he fused with the embodiment of destruction and evil, he became the anti-Avatar, and that makes me want to kill myself every time I think about it.
And then how we also never got anything after that about it. So this evil spirit's just like around.
Oh, I think they resealed him or something.
I don't fucking remember. It's been a while.
Korra is basically just a Fanon wiki article. And then because of the spiritual enlightenment, there was airbenders, but the one airbender is evil.
To be fair, he was my favorite villain out of that entire series.
I wasn't very high.
It doesn't really matter if it's very high. I actually best villains that goddamn Avatar had.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Fuck way. The esoteric Yagami clan has been resident in the Isle of Blooming Flowers for over 12 centuries. Well, lucky you.
Okay.
Families in the otherworldly Isle, the Yagami were/are what we would consider as sovereigns.
What you would consider as sovereigns. We're separate. You're
some,
you're
they-
putting words into my mouth.
To some, they were a complete paradox, and to the rest of the world, they were considered spiritualists or sages, whose beginning predates the arrival of the malevolent rabbit goddess.
Okay.
Oh, hey, there's Kaguya.
There's the magic words.
No hyperlink there.
Bippity
Their
boppity boo.
paranormal charisma and ability to communicate with nature boosted the Yagami clan's reputation around the world. However, their wish was to stay within Isle and to instruct those who eventually made their way from the mainland in their mysterious art. Hung as joke. What the fuck was I? This was not the only ability the Yagami clan possessed. The Yagami clan possesses an impeccable form of longevity and life force that allows them to survive injuries that most would deem impossible and living through generations.
Because of course they do.
The Yagami clan would remain a dominant force in esotericism and mysticism. Where when Hanako was born, and it was
Sound it out.
syntax. Throughout the centuries, the Yagami clan would remain a dominant force in esotericism and mysticism. It was at this time where when Hanako was born, and it was a day that will always be remembered in the Yagami clan.
Okay. Where were you when Yagami was born? I was at home.
Eat chakra fruit. Anger tree.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Where when at who on first, what on second? I don't know, it's on third.
Oh no.
I kind of lost track of where we are already.
No, but which ninja's on first? No, who's on first?
Stop this. Stop this bit.
An aura of serenity and felicity filled the air when the goddess of the four seasons made her arrival into the world. Well, how fucking dandy. I'll jerk one out to her. It was customary in the Yagami clan to do an advanced form of divination upon the child foretelling their future. The soothsayer that discussed with the elders Hanako's future gave them a premonition of a woman whose... I don't think I've ever owned a whose, but... Your presence could tame wild creatures and pacify those who had malice in their hearts. A woman whom could take the weight of the world on her shoulders and would still be able to protect the will of Gaia.
Okay, so we're just introducing Gaia now?
They're just trying to be cultural with calling Earth Gaia, even
Look,
though it's not referred to that in
look,
any Japanese meaning.
I'm pretty multicultural. I knew a goth girl in high school.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Look, man, I'm pretty cultured. I jerk one out to Asians on my porn websites.
Alright. How do I close out of this? Tap out.
Point being, calling it Gaia does not get you any points with anybody. Period.
In fact, I think that's kind of the widest thing you can do.
That's probably the widest thing you can do. Dominic, did you know the goth girl? Not the goth girl. The girl who was goth, but also claimed to be Wiccan at our high school.
Yes, I fucking had class with her.
I'm glad.
God, she just bothered me so much. Yeah, you could tell which fucking kid I was in high school. Bothered by the Wiccan chick.
Did she ever tell you the tidbit where her parents were also Wiccans?
Yes, I remember we had a big. You know how in high school, the teacher gets us in a big old fucking campfire circle and has us talk about ourselves.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was her tidbit. How she was a Wiccan, how her parents were Wiccans, and I don't know if she was pregnant, but she talked about her child's gonna be raised Wiccan.
Have you ever had her on Facebook?
No,
Okay, I was gonna
think
say
I
because like I
know.
want to check in on that, see how that's going.
I actively didn't talk to her.
Good idea.
Do you think that if she cast a Wiccan spell, she could get Hawk 2020 vision?
Don't you fucking bring up Zach and fucking bullshit. I don't want to talk about this. We already have enough autism that we have to fucking talk about. I don't need Zach's supernatural Sharingan eyes that can pierce the fog. Just shut the fuck up.
I need to include a character in my whose epitaph is Piercer of the Fog.
Is that gonna be one of the fucking bad guys? He's like the Zawazaya face.
Oh, I swear to God, the second I actually get back to writing that fan fiction I'm working on, I gotta do something with that.
Which one?
Completely unrelated to what we're doing right now. Let me just tell you that right now.
Okay.
The theme is Dark Souls.
I was gonna say, is the theme Steven Universe?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck you, I know you're memeing.
No.
Fuck you.
No, I'm not!
I actually hate you.
Look, okay, I had an idea while I was fucking... like...
To mix Steven Universe...
No, there's a fucking reason. Let me finish. Anyway... I had a fucking idea for a fan fiction while I was so zoned out one morning waiting for classes to begin that I thought of an idea and I'm running with it right now, and it's probably never going to see the light of day. Let's be honest. I'm not posting this to a website. Fuck that.
Now you're gonna post it to us.
No, I'm going to post it to specifically Trevor and maybe you if you give it in my good graces.
I don't think I want to be in your good graces. If
Good.
That's how you're gonna treat me.
Good. Then don't.
The only reason he's sending it to me is that it includes our his OC Sphene and my OC Sphene.
Are you actually okay? I want to be in your good graces so you could take me out back old Yeller style and just take me out. Just put me out of my misery.
No, Dominic, that's my tier 2 good graces. Tier 1, you have to get through my fan fiction first.
I'm gonna just shoot myself before then.
Dominic, I was about to take a drink. Come on.
Anyway,
continue.
It was on this day. We're only half a paragraph into this. It was on this day that the newly born Yagami was named the goddess of the 4 seasons. From a young age, she was fluent in the aspect of undertaking the force of nature and empathy with the world's flow. Whatever that means.
Sure.
This is just fantasy. What is it? Fantasy Babble. Fantasy Babble.
Ah, yes.
Here we go. Once you reach the age of 7, the prodigious Yagami first premonition came into light. And can you take the S from up earlier in this paragraph and bring it down here? It might came into light, and it was from the moment that she realized she was nature's physical embodiment.
Bully for her.
Whatever, man. As the years would go on, as the years would go on, would become to be known as the goddess of the double-blossomed cherry tree, due to her spiritual mastery of wood release and the manipulation every form of plant life imaginable.
I think we oversold this guy when we started. We were like, yeah, no, this guy probably proofread this, like, small novel that he was writing on a Fanon wiki. Also, thank you, Midnight Motorcycle Man. Thank you for your presence. You really tie the podcast together.
Of men, slayer of gods.
Yeah. But hold on, can we just talk about that last fucking sentence? She realized she was nature's physical embodiment. Okay, coupled with the Gaia from earlier, are we sure this guy's wife wasn't Wiccan herself?
I'm starting to think that actually.
I know that I read the trivia. She is vegan.
Mmm.
Oh,
Oh my god, Dominic, what if this is the Wiccan chick from high school?
I actually just I don't want
Dominic doesn't want to go down that timeline.
I don't want that alternative fucking world.
Like the reverse of how Dom met me.
Oh, don't even fucking bring that up. I'm still mad that that was you.
Let's bring it up
Piece
even
of,
more.
you piece of shit of no base. You actually ruined that whole site. You infamous motherfucker. You wanted all of us banned. Guess what? The mods wanted you banned, but you never broke a rule that I think of. So we had to endure your fucking autism.
I'm an asshole, but I'm a good boy.
You're like Sean. Whenever he posts something racist in our group, it's like, well, it's in our group and not the actual one, so we can't do anything about it.
I'm just saying, like I've come this close to just deleting Sean's present from the group.
He's a good boy, self-proclaimed.
No, he literally posted. No, I'm not gonna fucking bring that
No,
up.
let's not go too far.
Let's-
This is about Naruto autism, not our group's autism.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like I wasn't gonna go very far on that because that's gonna require me saying some words that I'm not allowed to say because of my skin color.
Oh yeah.
Woo. Anyway. This
Yeah,
is
we
also-
don't want fucking. We don't want Kendrick Lamar kicking you off his stage. 'cause that's his-
Don't bring that up.
Fucking piece of shit, Kendrick.
All right, continue.
Anyway.
Go on.
This was also due to the fact that her wood release techniques take on the appearance of the sakura tree in harmony with its pink petals that seem to fall like snow whenever Hanako deems it to.
Oh, that just sounded lewd in my head.
Dominic, go to bed.
No.
I'll give you some.
I'll give you wood release.
Dom.
I guess I can take a peek into what their bedroom life is like.
Dom.
Anyone ever-
falling like pin-
Goes on these websites and finds the girly ones and then just beats one out.
Wait, what?
Do you think that anyone ever goes on these Fanon sites, finds the girl articles, and then just beats one out to the
I can
modified
guarantee
pictures?
you I've done that a couple times.
Dom.
I guarantee you somebody's waifu in this has been my fucking victim to the spank bank.
Dom.
If this guy's character wasn't so goddamn boring, I'd do it right now. Just mute the mic.
Dominic, I don't care how into Danny Phantom you are. You can't do that.
I don't know what Danny Phantom has to me beating up the people's OCs in the Naruto fan and
You know exactly what it has to do with that, and that's the worst part.
That's the part that we're not bringing up in this fine white fucking Skype call. Except we're on Discord.
Or fucking continue.
I'd like to personally welcome everyone to the Inside Joke podcast.
Where we talk about stories of high school and goddamn
Naruto base.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Anybody in the far off future of never gonna watch this, if you were a member of the Naruto base forums, you have one of the most babby members there and one of the most prolific members there, one of which you probably hated. One of which probably sent you death threats personally.
No, they just sent him no, he would send us ban threats. He would talk about he was gonna get the mods to ban us, and yeah, nope.
Trevor,
I don't remember that.
Trevor, did you
Trevor wasn't a death threat person. He wanted to psychologically fuck with you.
Well, I was gonna ask, were you the one where every little thing set you off?
Oh, absolutely he was. And like a certain topic can just go the wrong way. He wouldn't even have he wouldn't have even spoken into the topic. But if somebody fucking posted and then he checked it and then he would just go, wait a minute, motherfucker. What do you fucking mean that it's not so bad after Pain was fucking killed? That was when we took the dip in bad fucking quality. Excuse you stopped giving a shit.
All right, let's continue.
Let's continue.
I don't know if I can continue after this character assassination.
But we love you.
We just JFK Trevor's fucking past image.
Come on, but we love you. Keep reading.
It's okay. It's okay. I've already read past Trevor's fan fiction. It can't get much worse.
Oh, it can. It can. Because then you learn about elementary school Trevor's fan fiction. The ones that you forgot you even wrote.
No, I actually know more or less what I was doing. All the shit that I put in my fantasy setting that I recycle, I told you about this. Most of it's recycled from the days of Elder Yore before I had anime on my side.
I've never been in a world where I didn't have anime on my... Until I graduated high school.
Dominic was a babby weeb.
I was babby weeb and then I just left. Now I just don't watch it anymore, don't read too often. Every now and then I'll just peek at a manga chapter here and there, but then I'm burnt out of anime since high school. I only stuck with Naruto just for the sheer invested into this fucking franchise.
To be honest.
Yeah. To be honest, Bleach I tried, but I got busy with work and couldn't see the conclusion.
I grew up with Bleach up until the Fullbring arc, and then I just couldn't be asked.
I read the Fullbring arc.
Read the Fullbring arc, but
yeah, I read the Fullbring arc. I was there for the Rukia arc. I didn't really finish the Aizen one, the Waco Mundo fucking Arrancar stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw a big part of like the fights, but I didn't see the conclusion. I didn't see Ichigo be cool guy. And I didn't see the ending of the Quincy fucking bullshit of the final one.
The thing with Bleach is that I think Kubo front-loaded all his cool moments in the beginning of the fucking series.
Honestly, do we even want to fucking talk about this fan? Why not just have an anime podcast at this point? Like, I'm down with continuing, but we keep going off topic.
Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Power through, boys.
Power through.
We got a lot of reading.
The fuck was I?
I don't know. I had to leave to get Tyler. My fucking job.
Got a 14. Okay, here we go.
Wood
The fact that her
release.
wood release techniques take on. Oh, yeah, we already read this.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Here we go. Whenever Hanako deems it so, those who witnessed her might call it a blissful experience, and that her techniques, though fatal, were extremely euphoric. I'm sure.
Tips fucking Fedora.
Fedora is stitched into his scalp, dude.
Good lord. Like, I didn't realize, I like, it really came to a head at that moment, but I just realized that my fedora has been slowly sliding over my eyes this entire time. I'm just saying, that was the moment that I realized that that's where my hat rested.
My hat rested in Anthony's collection.
Alright, continue.
God.
Oh, right.
During her journey across the shinobi world, Hanako would develop a fondness for puppets.
No.
Sure. In the shinobi world, puppetry is a very ancient art form that predates ninjutsu, I'm sure.
God, don't talk about puppet jutsu.
Citation, please.
Citation.
Must always be more than his or her live counterpart. Simpler, sadder, more wicked, more supple, an essence and an emphasis. Puppets universally appealing, poke fun, chase one after. What's the point of this?
Yeah, keep going. Let's.
Fetish, is this what you're telling me? An essence and an emphasis. Puppets universally appealing, poke fun, chase one another in hilarious synchrony, argue with authority, and communicate clearly with and without words. They confront human fears and can supposed to be a background description, not her fucking thesis paper on puppetry.
No. This is very important. Keep reading. This is very important that we need to know. We got to know this.
Confront human fears and conflicts, improvise, problem solve, and move audiences to new worlds. Puppets accomplish feats no human dare try, soaring through the air, swimming the ocean, metamorphosing. That's not a past tense.
Is that a word?
Okay, so soaring through the air, swimming the ocean, metamorphosizing before our eyes. Those things that actually can be done in this ninja world.
You don't even need to be in the ninja world. You swim in the ocean. Just go swim.
Well, granted, but I'm just saying, like, soaring through the air and metamorphosizing, like, that's just something you can do!
Guys, is this, like, description of her supposed to take place before the ninja caveman created the kunai wheel?
Dominic, go to bed.
No. It's 1 o'clock and I'm already fucking this invested.
Dominic, go to bed.
No, fuck you.
I had an IPA today, and I'm already kind of out of it.
To listen to one another, feel emotion, and even think. With Hanako's passion for puppetry, you could have cut to that part. She would eventually create a specialized collection crafted from her own unique variation of wood release. These Sakura-enhanced puppets garnered her accolades with their amazing performances across the land. It was then when a student of Monzaimon Shikamatsu...
What?
Yes?
Is there...
So that's the asshole who made the 10 puppets that fucking Grandma Chiyo used.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
She's that old.
And then so be it. Named her the guru of elegant puppetry. Well, ain't that
I'm
just
sure.
fucking fantastic? Battle or for performances, Hanako's puppets are a true sight to behold for those who share the delight of theatrical performances. I don't.
Wonderful.
Man, I
Not
wish I
only-
made myself insert fucking ninja page in here. Then we can actually have some fun.
Can an episode of this just be reading my fan fiction?
No.
Actually, yes, I will take that as like for your birthday.
No. Anything
Supposed to be
but
a gift or a
that.
punishment? We'll read one of the shorter ones.
Okay, I'll take it.
There you go.
I won't make you read all 11 chapters. Fuck, actually, I think it was like 20 chapters of Zenkutsu.
All right, Thomas. When are we gonna have Naruto fucking D&D session?
Soon.
You want roleplay? I'll be very invested.
Okay, we're not
we're
not bringing up that argument tonight. That argument's been had. We've drawn that out.
And it all just basically ends with I have a very weird definition of role playing in D&D.
I guess. Anyway,
because I'm told my way is wrong by everyone on the internet.
I feel you. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, continue.
Not only is the daimyo of the Isle of the Blooming Flowers adept at poetry, of course she is, she's also quite memorable. Is anyone else getting Mary Sue?
Yep.
What's that? I'm getting a waft of Mary Sue.
Guys, is it chilly in here? I'm feeling the snow.
All right.
I'm getting a bit of the special snowies.
She also quite memorable in art of singing.
In art of singing? Stop. Stop this. I already put the kibosh on mentioning Sean. We don't have to import racism from another source.
Mongolians.
Dom.
I'm sorry, I miss watching South Park.
I know, but god damn it, Dom.
God damn it, Dom is gonna be said a lot in any episodes that we have of this.
Singing the level of the singing that Hanako has achieved has been put through use in ventriloquism and her own the techniques. I'm adding
the level of the singing the Hanako
the Hanukkah
has been put through use in ventriloquism and in her own techniques. The Hanako, you say?
Thomas, I figured out what we need to make an entry page on this Fanon wiki. Hanukkah, the ninja that fucking plays a harmonica.
The Hanukkah harmonica.
Let's go.
The Jews harp.
For the grudge match between the Boulder and the Hanako.
Yeah.
Stop. Also, we're not importing Katao Shoujo memes. Not this time. This ends now.
Oh, that's for a later time at a darker point in our history.
Oh no. Continue.
What was
Continue.
During battle. Yeah.
During battle it would come from in the distance, the voice of an angel.
Of course.
The inhabitants within her domain and across the world, they say that she has a voice so soft it couldn't help but be graceful.
Oh, that's so short.
Magical mystique to the Just say she sings real good and move on. Jesus Christ.
She sing good. The Hanako sing good.
She can also play a mean harmonica.
She can also play a mean harmonica. Oh god. Alright, continue.
I'm gonna start skipping
here.
fluff.
But that's where the juice is.
No. It is like
No.
magic. It is like magical mystique to the unfettered soul, and is even more majestic through her song of nature. This hasn't had all of his
Okay, yeah, skip the
jutsu.
fluff. Skip the fluff.
It is powerful enough to break their bonds with Mother Earth. Wasn't that her goal?
What? Well, hold on. Hold on. Back up. What? What? Who?
When?
Was entrapped. Her enchained voice has entrapped all within her genjutsu and is powerful enough to break their bond with Mother Earth. Wee. It was also when the 5 great nations came together to grant Hanako the epithet of the voice of transcending bliss and purity, because of course they did.
Agree on what they can't agree on where to eat for breakfast, but they can do that.
As it has been said before, nothing tames the wild like a woman's embrace. Really, I'm pretty sure it's just you that said that. I don't think anybody else has said that.
The experienced, ripe old age of 140.
Wonderful.
In each facet of her abilities, as she possesses over a century's worth of combat experience and political proficiency. As the world's longest reigning Kage. Whole part about being in the Illuminati. Why wasn't that in there?
Yeah, what the fuck? What? We skipped that whole part.
We waxed poetical about her poetry and her puppetry thesis, but we couldn't put that in there anywhere.
About the fucking ninja Illuminati?
But she was the desk girl.
What the fuck? Continue.
As the world's longest reigning Kage, Hanako's determination for change has led her to become the most thought-provoking kunoichi the shinobi world has ever seen. While leading the population of the Isle of Blooming Flowers, Hanako has seen the Great Shinobi Wars and the tremendous number of casualties as a result of the bloodshed.
You mean
even though her mysterious...
No, go on. No, go on.
Even though her mysterious island was not involved in any of the wars.
I saw all the tragedies of just Neji and maybe a couple of parents.
She just really stood by and did nothing but send her thoughts and prayers.
She gave Republican thoughts and prayers to the school shootings of the Land of Fire.
Good lord.
Hey, Miss Soul of Purity and Light, can you help us out with a literal ninja Nazi who's going to enslave the planet in an unbreakable genjutsu? No, I'm just gonna let this one play out.
No,
I'm just gonna let this one play out. Thoughts and prayers, though. Thoughts and prayers.
No, the ancient scrolls tell me I have the right to be not doing that.
I'm saying my 2 best badgers, though.
Badger Bro?
Badger Bro.
Mm-hmm.
Guitar riff.
Blush, and even though her mysterious island was not involved in any of the wars, she still holds remorse for those that died under false pretenses, and even the survivors of the war whom were left psychologically disfigured. Hard times were made for heroes. It's natural.
What?
No, I'm just gonna let that one pass. In the face of oppression, it's natural to want a savior, an intermediary to carry our hopes and dreams. You're our hopes, our dreams, our savior, lady who did literally nothing.
Come on, you sing really good though. You help us, right?
No. But I play a mean harmonica.
Look, like, lady, voice of transcending bliss and purity. Can, like, we get some help over here? Scene at 1:40 p.m.
Scene. Hey. Old on left on red. This bitch looks like she'd leave people seeing on red.
Intermediary to carry our hopes and dreams of overturning the current system of violence. For those fearless Kunoichi, the waiting game of young womanhood is What?
What?
Excuse me?
What?
Excuse me?
What?
Are we getting ninja feminism? Is that what's happening here?
That's what I'm wondering, is like, what? When did this happen?
Hello?
Young womanhood is supplanted by active conquest, and the path is open for independent, strong-willed, and admirable Kunoichi, who are far superior to men in every way. Please step on my dick, and I'll be subservient to you.
I'll subscribe to that channel.
The ethical and Thomas. Ethical, intelligent, fearless female will become the preeminent challenger to sinister, intangible forces. We get it. You're woke. Move on.
Okay, hold on. Let's just drink in this table of contents really quick. First off, I would like to point to figure 2.1, Oni Hanako.
Oh, we're at that part?
Yeah, no, we're just on the table of contents. Okay, there we go. Wrong one. There we go.
Wait a second.
What?
We're not even at appearance yet?
No.
Are you fucking... I thought we were past that.
That was all the preamble, Dominic.
I actually want to just fucking out right now. No. How up your own ass can you be?
Dominic, we haven't even gotten to the article yet. If you look at the scroll bar, we
haven't hit appearance. All of his fucking fluff about angelic harmonica playing could be put in appearance.
I'm gonna put a vote for
There's personality.
I'm gonna put forth a vote for a Shark Tank system. I'm out.
No, like all of that shit of describing her appearance, her fucking background, all that. Like, wait,
thesis on puppetry.
Right here. What did we just read?
Dominic, we just read the preamble to this article. We haven't even gotten into the article. No, Dominic.
Appearance, personality, and her fucking background. All of that could just be split up into those three fucking pieces. What?
Okay. So I propose that we do a little bit of Skippy-Doo here.
I fucking second that.
Alright. Let's skip appearance. I think we already know what's going on here. We already got some pictures. Who the fuck are you? No, like, legitimately, I'm pretty sure I know her. What do I know her from?
High school.
It looks like a Dynasty Warrior character.
Like, I believe you, but I don't remember Dynasty Warrior. I don't play Dynasty Warrior games, so, like, what would I know her
Wait, when
from?
did the Ninja World get guns?
Good question. Alright. Oh, God. Oh no. Okay, let's read Oni Hanako and call it good on personality, because we already got her thesis on her personality.
It's the greatest in the world, and everyone's lucky to experience. Alright.
Speaker of the House, take it away.
Where am I starting?
Oni Hanako.
I don't wanna.
Okay, I will.
No, I'll do it. Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, I'll take over when you need to tap out.
Her sensuous figure may look unimposing. Unimposing and sensuous don't usually.
Yeah, usually you would use unimposing to describe someone who's like meek and easily forgotten. This woman won't let you forget her, in the bad kind of way.
Her Reiatsu pierces my soul, and she's a fictional character.
Her Reiatsu pierces the fog.
Pierces the fog is going to be one of those phrases that's just going to appear in all of our things from now on, like
Please,
fucking
no.
like the alternatium. It's just going to be there.
All right.
Her sensuous figure may look unimposing, but her mind is in tactical analysis. What? But her mind in tactical analysis and battle is absolutely dangerous, because of course
it is.
That she cares too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially in this unforgiving state, seeing war as a game of domination, she relishes unadulterated bloodshed, and I feel like we're at odds with what we just learned.
I have a feeling that we just did like a 180 in her bullshit. Seeing as war is a game of domination, she relishes unadulterated bloodshed and enjoys toying with other people's lives when it comes to the protection of her island. What the fuck?
Wait.
I think I figured out why she left us on red during the Ninja War.
Foul. She didn't participate in any of the wars.
That's why she left us on red. She wanted to see us suffer.
Foul.
That's a technical foul.
But how does she relish unadulterated bloodshed and claim pacifism during the like 2 most important ninja wars? Okay, whatever. Continue.
She taking a fucking nap?
I want that to be the reason. She was in pod. Just piecing together her memories.
Has been seen as being perceptive of others' thoughts, but this stems from her ability to communicate with nature itself. Not a moment of guilt runs through her veins as she defeats people in her path.
Okay.
Hanako normally avoided direct conflict if the end result ended up harming the surrounding environment. When it would be an inevitable, unavoidable situation, she would become creature of the most delicate and rapid responses and would swiftly control the pace of the battle to ensure. Run on sentences, man. Ensure nature's safety and that of her own.
I'm pretty sure this dude spelled ensure wrong, or at least used the wrong ensure.
Yeah.
Like insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
An ensuing battle between her and her opponent that happens to harm the environment, a deep and brooding resentment would seethe from her pores.
You know they make creams for those, right?
Yep.
When she would go into her secondary persona, you're not me. That's impossible.
Persona. Oh.
The person or rather entity that she calls her inner Oni, which is this Sakura?
Is this?
Yes.
All the way to Sakura?
Is this Sakura? Is this Sakura's mom?
I wonder.
Is this some fanboy going like, man, I really don't like how they treated my waifu when the series ended. I gotta fix her. I'll show people the Sakura that I know and love. Oh, God, I hope
this guy didn't say that this was based off his wife, I would actually believe that.
No, but like, Dominic, hear me out. What if he married his body pillow?
Well,
think about that.
That's legal in Japan.
In some situations, there's no beneficial result for either party, and therefore her inner rage comes forth to throttle the battlefield by its neck.
Okay.
The secondary persona was far more unforgiving and had a presence that would instill fear in the toughest and most confident shinobi.
I'm sure.
Usually cheerful, peaceful Hanako with an unquestioning devotion to the heart of nature would become the very personification of which her and the earth held much disdain for. Human.
The ungrateful human.
How dare
Okay.
you?
An uncomfortable premonition of fear and apathy coursed through those whom chose to go against her formidable might. Of alarming danger was the lifeblood of. Like, dude, this is supposed to be a description. You don't need to go into 9 fucking paragraphs on the intricacy. Okay, I'm not even memeing here. Like, of a wiki page is to be informative. It's to say the facts. It's say this power does this. It looks like this. It does this.
Yeah,
Go to any wiki page, and that's how it's going to operate. There is no page anywhere on the actual Naruto wiki that's like Sasuke, who is the infinite brooder of darkness and deep spoil. No, it tells you what he's about, what he's after, what he does.
it tells you who the fuck he is, what the fuck he does, and what the fuck he's after. Like, pretty much, this is the most flowery, waxing, poetic purple prose I could fucking imagine for a wiki page.
This is a bit of advice I got from when I first started looking into writing for the SCP Foundation.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with information, you need to be surgical. Don't flower it. Don't put your personal opinions on it. Don't put other people's personal opinions on it unless that's like a particular section. Bring all of your dialogue, and I get it, dude. This is supposed to be for your wife, and I'm happy you feel so strongly about her. But you could have put all this flowery dialogue into like a really nice epic poem for her instead of putting this on Naruto Fanon wiki.
Good lord.
If you cut out all the fluff, I think this whole page would run like max.
Yeah. Like 7 or 8 paragraphs maximum, and we would actually have a inkling of what this character is and who they are. Like, legitimately, I don't think my eyes could wax over more in this instance.
Like this character's opening preamble than some characters on the actual Naruto wiki who are one-time appearances, and they get like a few paragraphs, and she has more than that in her preamble, and it's all meaningless.
Dude, she has more than fucking Naruto has in it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, it's cute that you have. Like, it's a very. I will give him this. The character is very well thought out. Let's just cut the bullshit here about. Let's keep reading and hoping we can find something fun. Let's actually go down to the. What do we think of this? How do we think we could fix this? All this bullshit.
Okay, yeah, because this is getting pretty long in the tooth right now. At an hour, I would like to add.
Yeah, no, like, let's just fucking stop.
Okay, so let's start with let's start back at the top. Let's scroll all the way back to the top. First off, bad parts. They don't need 5 titles. They don't need 5 titles, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I don't read Japanese. We could probably get Marissa in on this, but I wouldn't want to.
I wouldn't either.
Timbuck says that none of that actually makes sense. That they got that off of Google Translate. All those titles.
It's probably horribly garbled.
Yeah.
Like there's words that make sense, but they probably don't make sense in the context of using them. Like Megami, yes, is goddess, but like I have a pretty good feeling that
Goddess petal flower tree, something like that.
Yeah. Like this is Like it's admirable that you're trying to emulate the style of the wiki, but as we've already gone over, you fail to do that in other ways. So like you don't need to do the Japanese. No one actually cares. No one's actually going to read it.
And again,
Japanese person would come to this and actually like get any meaning out of that. It's probably garbled to hell.
Again, like this is good if you actually use it to keep track of characters. But if you're just doing this to show off, again, like
I'm unimpressed with your ability to go to Google Images.
yeah.
Or sorry, Google Translate.
No, Google Images as well.
This is like let's be honest. He picked his favorite Dynasty Warriors character that fit the theme and then just splattered it all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, so that is more or less like just lay off all of this because you don't need. You're putting glitter on shit right now. Okay, that's probably a little bit harsh. You're putting glitter on something that's already fundamentally broken.
Okay. He's putting glitter on a fucking broken chair or something like that. A 3-legged chair. That's not a stool.
Now, given my major opinion, is like not even going to the content all that much. I'm gonna forget about half of this after I go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like
as a writer,
character.
If you're writing a format, in this case, you're writing a wiki format.
Yeah.
For the purpose of getting information out as clearly and concisely as possible. If this is for your fan fiction OC universe, that's where you want to put your flowery dialogue and keep it sparse there too. I would say don't get overly page. Keep it concise. Keep it to the point. Well, you wrote a mini novel about this character that doesn't seem to relate to anything else. It goes on about her puppetry. That could have gone in the puppetry section, and you could cut out all the flowery crap. Like, you could have mentioned she had a beautiful singing voice to which she received accommodations. I summarized an entire paragraph in a sentence.
Yeah.
When you're writing for an article format, like a wiki entry article, if I were to go after your content, character is very much a Mary Sue. Everything and nothing. She, from what we touched upon, predictions. This character doesn't make sense even within your own setting. So.
Yeah, so that's probably gonna tie into kind of my kind of problem with this whole thing as a whole. If this is like some sort of like AU thing, like again, this all ties back into if you're writing a fan fiction, it's okay for this character to exist because in fan fiction there's the concept of AUs. They are prevalent, they are useful for writing fan fiction. And I have written my own, 2 of which I will never speak of, and the other one I'm probably gonna post once it's actually done. Point being, they're useful. They are useful, but you are on a Fanon wiki, and this is not your sin alone to bear. You're not the only one doing this. There's a fuck ton of other people doing this. If you are writing a god, that probably doesn't exist in fucking Naruto base. Because you've created a character that's so unbelievably powerful that I have already suspended my... I cannot suspend my disbelief concerning this character, because I already know that Kishimoto has not brought up anybody of this significant power level already. So, coming at it from the Fanon part of this is supposed to be something that could pass for canon. That's at the very least what I think the Fanon wiki is for. There are many people that already kind of throw that out the window, but like it's supposed to be for something that could pass as canon. It's so you can write your OCs and have a concise way to explain who they are, their abilities, and what they're after, and all that good stuff, and have it kind of try to mesh with the canon itself. If that was not the case, and if that was not the point, you would have not put canon ages for the various parts that she supposedly was part of, and you would not list actual releases, and you would not list affiliations with lands, and you wouldn't do any of that if you actually didn't care about the canon of this AU character that you're building up so far. But since because you have done that, you have shown that you do care, you do want it to mesh with canon, but then you also chose the absolute wrong subject matter.
Okay, so I'm going to play not really devil's advocate, but let me speak up. This is not the worst we have seen,
No,
and we've been
absolutely
on
not.
this wiki. We have been on this wiki for years, just looking at fucking articles and you're not an Uchiha, and God bless you for that. You've committed the second sin
Yeah.
of like wood release, but I can forgive that.
That's
The
like you gained some starting points for not being an Uchiha.
like
That's about all I
honestly,
can give you.
God or not, this is not a terrible character per se idea, but you did kind of go a little fucking ham-fisted. A little too much information for us. A little again, like it's a literal god, dude. Come on. It's Naruto. The closest thing we had to a god was Kagami or whatever her name,
Kaguya.
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 Yeah.
Kaguya, Madara, close second. And
Yeah.
those two were both kind of Mary Sui, non-interesting characters too. Madara less so, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't know what kind of angle you were going with your alternative universe. If you want to increase the power scale, fine, I guess, but take it from someone that's like, when you post in here, it's more so for me of like, you are trying to give people a character that they can use, or you're trying to categorize your characters for your fanfics or for any sort of uses.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, that's fine. I don't see any links to your like fanfic.net account or
Well,
anything
let,
like
let
that.
me let me scroll through here and actually see if there is anything of the like. But continue talking.
Okay, and I'm the personal or on a personal scale, we will tease you for just taking Google image search or stuff from other animes and whatnot. But that's all fun and good. I know that not everyone's an artist, not everyone's gonna want to commission to get their artwork. I would appreciate it more if I saw somebody did that. I would even double appreciate it if you did commission and actually link the artist in the trivia. That would be really swell for people to start doing and actually spread the love of the artist community of the internet.
Yeah.
What you could do to fix this character, okay, I'm sorry, dude, erase the godhood. That's just too much to swallow for Naruto. Um, I would actually just keep it as, I mean, would release, okay. There's plenty of ways. Again, like I'm just gonna assume this is alternate universe, so anything's kind of possible right now. I would still take away the godhood. Personally, like I see that you have some ideas to use with the wood release, so I'd say that's fine if you want to keep it. Genesis fucking flowered that Metal Gear Solid boss of a tailed beast.
We never even touched upon that, and
Yeah.
I think that I don't think I
Everyone
want
wants the
to.
tailed beast. I don't want to touch it. Like, okay, you have a nice idea. Your character can be a good singer. That's fine. And, like, there's nothing really too much. It's just you threw too much info at us that kind of gave us too much to process. On top of like this person's just the god of being of all. And again, we know it's your wife. I'm glad you found someone that you love wholeheartedly. Just say that they're good at singing. Say that they have an easygoing personality that kind of a magnetic personality that people are drawn to. That's fine. There's nothing really wrong about those type of characters. And she has a very high it's the word I'm looking for, political position in the village that she's in. That's fine. That's a perfectly fine, good character.
Yep.
That is like
So-
not a character I can get behind.
Actually, about this character actually reminds me a lot of Boa Hancock.
Yeah,
Oh my god, step on my balls, Bo Hancock. Yeah.
yeah.
It
The
made
fucking
me think of
snake.
another way we could have done this character, perhaps. In that we could have, it could have been, she could have been turned on her head. But
You're
Boa
gonna have to.
Hancock,
You're gonna have to explain to me what you mean.
Boa Hancock is that yes, she's an incredibly powerful person within the setting, but the people of her island view her as this deific being who is all of these things and more.
But
It's a very well handcrafted story made by Boa Hancock and her sisters. Be an
so
interesting way of going with this character because she is part of this organization that has these darker undertones.
that's actually a good point. I actually do like that idea of like wherever the hell she is and hold political power, the whole people think she's a god because she's the strongest thing, and they're kind of, from what I remember hearing from you guys, they are kind of isolated from the outside world.
Yeah.
So
And if not, you could write it that way.
yeah, it could have been just a very strong case of having crafted this image for herself, and her people of her lands believe this, and she tells the people of her lands, "Oh, I'm well beloved by all the other nations, and I am." They view me as this higher power as well, when in fact they are just part of an isolated country that no one's ever heard of before.
Yeah.
That's kind of my critique on this is like you shot for the moon and you still didn't even necessarily land among the stars. I think you went too high up the power scale, and that kind of bit you in the ass, because I suddenly don't care about anything about this character, because I know from the second that I read that, the second I finished that goddamn opening preamble to this character, I realized that they are not going to actually encounter any sort of hardship throughout their entire adventure, even a little bit.
Right.
Something that I will actually commend Naruto on. I've joked many a time that every character has a tragic backstory, but it's also kind of a good thing in a way. Maybe a little too extreme in Naruto's case.
Because everybody had one.
Everyone
I
has
think
one.
it's like it kind of varied though of what their hardship was.
Absolutely.
Neji lost his father because he had to be the scapegoat to keep peace between the land of, what is it, Cloud or Thunder, I think.
Yeah,
Or
something like
Land
that.
of Thunder to Cloud Village.
Yeah.
Then you got no, we don't know jack shit about Rock Lee. No. You got Sasuke and his bullshit. You got Naruto's family sacrifice himself to protect the village. Oh fuck! Who actually had a fucking tragic backstory besides Neji out of his crew?
Well, kind of everybody did.
In their own special light, but I don't know jack shit about Kiba's past. Besides, oh, I got Akamaru as a kid, and I hated him at first, but he's my best friend now. And then he peed on me.
The point being that one thing that Naruto does really well is that even if I don't like a character, I can at least understand where they're coming from to some point. This
Nagato.
This works or fails on different levels. I don't think Sasuke's ended up working really well because he's a mess of a character.
Like,
but even my most hated, even the character I dislike the most among the entire cast, Madara, I at least understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I will give Kishi is like I hated how we were just plastered with flashback of Hashirama and Madara's childhood, but it did kind of give us he explained what we didn't ask for, and that was why is he like the way he is.
Yeah.
It was very simple of like war does that to a man.
Yeah.
That's basically what the Madara flashback was. War does this to a man.
Yeah.
All to say that this character that we're discussing doesn't have that. She has faced no hardship. She will never face any hardship. I can't understand where she's coming from. I don't understand her motives. Granted, we didn't read all the way through, but these are things that should first few paragraphs of Madara, you have him pretty much figured out. We read more than enough to have a pretty good understanding of this character, at least on a basic level, and we don't.
I think the problem that we have with this character is the same problem a lot of people have with Sasuke and the Uchiha clan as a whole. they are jam-packed with so much weird fucking information that describes who they are. So let me put it to you in this way. Like Sasuke we can't really get behind because while he did have a tragic backstory, all of it was brought on upon his clan. All of that, the clan did that because of history that kind of gave them a stigma um, in the political circle of the Leaf Village, and that was done to the fact that they kind of were the big, or they spawned from being rejected by the father sage of Six Paths over Senju, and he couldn't deal with that. I'm fine with him being mad that he wasn't chosen. I get it. That's fine. That's a fine character trait to have. And then he went after his brother. Okay, you're going overboard, but I still get what you're trying to prove yourself. Okay, that's fine. Then it bled into the actual Uchihas, and it's like before we got to the point of knowing about this character, we just saw them as like, why are they fucking moody over every emotional fucking attachment that they have?
Guys,
Oh, what?
can you go to the table of contents really quick?
Yeah.
For what?
Actually click on uh becoming the Secretary of Sargon.
Why?
Please just do that for me.
Where is it?
Yeah, I actually don't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I found it. It's
Where is
3.2.2.
3.2.2? Hold on. Oh, I see the table of contents show 3.2.1. I don't see 3.2.2.
Becoming the Secretary of Sargon.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Background.
Well, I
Becoming
think
Secretary-
I think I
found
see
it,
what you.
found it. But okay,
supposed to
you see
see
where I'm
here.
coming from is like we get information Kishi, we get information to explain things in an awkward way. Sometimes at the end, sometimes in the middle, never really the beginning. This character is like we're getting so much information, like
Would
kind
I
of
would
at the start, but it's convoluted
I
and
would
doesn't
say
like
that
go with together.
I would say we barely got any useful information. Like
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. That my point with her, like we got information.
if
very
you cut out like a lot of the appearance stuff and the minutia of background and the minutia of like this is the events of the entire story that involve this character, you can usually boil down any character to like 5 bullet points.
Okay, anyway, Thomas, why did you care for us to click that?
Because it is utterly blank.
What oh, becoming a perspective getting.
That was the last one that actually had any information. There's nothing. That even if we wanted to know about the Ninja Illuminati, we couldn't.
Ninja Illuminati.
Yeah, a lone blossom travels along the breeze.
What the fuck?
This
Wonder
isn't
when
even
this was last.
finished.
I wonder when this was last edited.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, big takeaways. Probably bullet point list of kind of all of our grievances. My grievance: turn down the power scale. Try to make it mesh better with the actual canon, if that's what you're going for. If that's not what you're going for, kind of make that a little bit clearer that this is kind of like an AU thing. Try to actually make what you're going for a little bit clearer instead of burying it under 5 paragraphs of literally worthless information. Please, for my sake, and for your reader's sake.
Okay.
Dominic?
My grievance is a similar thing of like you kind of give yourself too much going for the character, not enough of like what kind of challenges the character have, and again, there's too much information here. Your entire thing before the background, the personality, all all is pretty much said in this giant 4 or 5 or 7 paragraph chunk underneath her fucking. You just need to tone it down a bit. Tone it down. Trevor?
I would say that the medium that you're writing in.
Yeah, just general medium awareness.
if you're writing a play, you don't write in big long paragraphs with fluffy detail. You write the dialogue. If you're writing a wiki entry, you write down the base information. You do not flower it with detail that is unnecessary.
Right. That's something you do
And
in your role.
if something is, picking out an example, their opinions on puppetry or their singing voice, those are the two big ones that you spent a lot of time on. If those are really integral parts of who she is, be apparent without you needing to explain it to us in elaborate detail. Cut down your information, most essential parts, get it to us in, and you'll have many more readers. This is books that I liked that I wouldn't spend this much time reading through if it had this much flowery detail.
Can I also like throw out something that, as Thomas has said, as Trevor said, and even I don't know if we were recording when we talked about this. We've all done basically similar shit like this. We've all made characters that are either too strong, too Mary Sue. Like, we're not attacking you for making a Mary Sue. A lot of this was meant to be comedic, but we do honestly think that you can, when we give you criticism, it's not to attack you. It's just for future reference if you ever want to like try again. Take 3 assholes on the internet's opinion with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Extend that branch to any. I'm also going to extend that branch to anyone who might see this. We're not very popular, so I don't know who is ever going to see it. But I want you to look at this as an example. Any random person out there to do. It was
see what not to do, and also we are no better.
Yeah.
We all have our moments, and we have to learn from them.
Right.
This
author, I never got your name. A really intricate idea for what you're doing, and you seem to have put a lot of heart in it.
The user is Shahato.
If I were to give you one piece of information, or rather of advice, fiction like this is great if you want to get a start in writing because it gives you a springboard off. But once you get to this point where you're so developed off, very tangentially related to source material, it's probably just a good idea to sever those lines and just make it your own. I think that would probably be a really good start for you. You're clearly very eloquent in your writing. Take the advice that we've given you today and use it towards something that is your own.
Yeah. Like, honestly, you need a passion, and I think you obviously draw a lot of inspiration from Naruto and from the various sources that I'm seeing that you're actually using. And I would say it would be a shame to actually see a bit of that go to waste, especially because you're very obviously capable of actually giving some pretty good thought to this character. Granted, we didn't see any of that because you buried it under a pile of paper, but you have something going, and it would be a shame to actually never get to see that. Like, seriously, write some fan fiction, put it on your Tumblr. Or write some actual fiction, put it on your Tumblr. Something like that. Put it up on your, what is that site called? WordPress. Like, do something. Get a creative outlet where you have complete control. Get unfettered from the scene of fanfiction.
I was just making articles.
I don't know. Do something with your time. Something like, that's not this.
I'm on the dude's profile, and apparently he knows a lot about Buddhist bullshit, so that explains why he went with this theme.
Knows a lot about Buddhist bullshit. Dominic.
Like, I'm not gonna go. Fuck off. I'm not gonna go too into detail, like, because I don't feel like calling him out.
No,
on stuff,
go ahead.
Like how we were talking about his whole, like, he doesn't know, like, this is wrong. He probably does know Japanese. He probably does know a lot about Buddhist religion and all that, because that's what I'm getting from the, like, his introduction on his profile. He knows his shit.
Yeah. I guess the reason I kind of said that is, like, I know this was not written by
Oh,
someone who actually is from Japan.
no, he is from the United States.
Yeah, I know this isn't some professional writer. So when I see Japanese and Romanji and all this katakana and all this shit, when I see all that, it's posturing. It's
Right.
trying to look good without kind of doing any of the work. You're looking official without actually trying to be official. And that's kind of my problem.
That's the thing, is like, we don't know if he's official, but I don't know.
Like okay, like that's also is like, know your audience, because I know that I'm already on a Fanon wiki that is not even canon, so like,
oh, he has a list of all the characters he's made.
well, for another time.
He has Sun Wukong. Oh, we gotta make an.
we'll do that later. Point being, too much. It gets buried. Your talents are probably wasted here, and you need to learn how to write your way out of a paper bag.
I would also like to say that, given the studies that he is going to, man, he has a fucking future. I'm not being a dick. Like, this guy is gonna go places once he finishes his studies. Political science, global governance major, studies in multilateral institutions, and diplomacy, aspiring foreign service officer.
Right.
Yeah, like
hey,
dude,
good for you.
Like, dude, you that's a fucking. I can't even imagine the stress of writing term papers for that shit. And here you are writing this. Like, I can kind of see why he wrote in the style that he did for this character. Is like, he's smart.
Yeah.
He knows literature. He just doesn't know how to form.
He knows literature, but he also needs to proofread a little bit, because me and
Trevor
Speaker did we saw some missteps here and there.
again with that giant fucking pile. I would expect there to be some mistakes.
If you want to devote any of your time towards writing, I would pick up Hemingway. A good response to your writing style as it stands. Hemingway is very to the point. Pound you to death with flowery detail. He tells you what you need to know. Or complex and deep for it. And I think you would get a lot of value from that. Old Man in the Sea. That's where I got started with Hemingway.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Closing statements?
So makes me angry still.
My closing statement is, sorry that we got sidetracked so fucking much, but Jesus Christ.
It was really easy to be distracted.
Yeah.
It was really easy to be distracted, and I guess my closing statement is, if you're an aspiring character writer, kind of same situation like here, you don't necessarily want to do your own thing, you just kind of do this as your creative outlet, aim low. That's actually kind of just one of my things that I just don't see enough of, is you're writing at the top of your power scale, or very near it. Yeah. I have seen next to none of the little guys. Now, I'm not saying make a farmer. I'm not saying make a poet, or like some podunk office worker somewhere.
You want us to make Kiba. You want us to make Rock Lee. You want us to make, like, Chino, the bug guy, or Shikamaru.
I want to see what kind of characters you can create with very limited resources. What kind of character can you make when you are restricted to someone that could logically exist at around Ginning rank? What is the type of person? What was the type of person that is the rank and file of this universe, what kind of person would they be? I don't see that nearly enough.
I see everyone when they talk about Genning is like their Genning characters are all fucking Jonin in actual canon. They're
Yeah.
all the main character.
Yeah.
All the fools. Which makes sense because it's their fucking character for their story, so of course they're going to be a main character. But
Yeah.
compared to everyone,
Like when everyone is special, no one is special.
Yeah. Thank you, Syndrome.
thank you, Syndrome. Naruto campaign when, Thomas?
Soon, Dominic, soon.
And then we're gonna have to post our characters for the campaign in this Fanon fucking website.
No, Dominic, no one.
I think with some of my unwaking energy, I'm gonna follow your example, Thomas, and I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna hide it somewhere in this wiki and hope we find it someday.
You're a terrible person.
You're a terrible person. I love you for it.
Strive.
All right. Anyway, I think that's a good place to shut this off.